Hi everybody, welcome to Shell Lectures. So today we'll be dealing with a very important topic of optics, that is today we'll be learning about refraction. Today we'll be learning about refraction. So what is refraction? For example, when we have a cup which is filled with water and we have a pencil here. So you can see that when you place a pencil like this, the position will slightly be displaced, right? Actually it must be like this, it must be something like this, but the position will actually be displaced. Can you see that? It will be just opposite to what it actually has to be. So that kind of a phenomenon which is seen in light rays is known as refraction. Here we have done it with pencil, but light rays also do the same thing. So if there are two mediums, for example this is air and this is water. If there are two mediums like this, when a light wave from the air incidents, that is it just strikes on this is called the interface. It is the separation between the two media. So this is called the interface. So when it strikes the interface, it will just so this is the normal and it will just get refracted. Actually it must be like this, but it won't be like that. It will get refracted. Either it will come towards the normal or it will go away from the normal. Two things are possible. This is possible and this is also possible. Okay, so this is what is refraction. Now we have to know the laws of refraction. What are the laws of refraction? There are two laws. The first law is, so I told you that this is the normal, right? So this is the normal and this is the incident ray and this is the refracted ray. This is the incident ray, this is the normal and this is the refracted ray. All of them lie in the same plane. That is the first law. So what is that? Refracted ray, refracted, incident ray and normal all lie in the same plane. All lie in the same plane. That is the first law of refraction. Okay, now the next law of refraction is that, so here as we have air here, we will be having a refractive index of nu1 here, right? This is the symbol which we use to represent refractive indices. So here we will be having refractive index nu1 and for water we will be having refractive index nu2. Okay, because both of them are not the same. For air it's just 1 and for water there is another fixed value. So for air and water it's different. So the second law of refraction is that the product of the refractive index, like nu1, that is nu1 into, actually this is the normal, right? So this is the incident ray and the angle which the incident ray makes with the normal is known as angle of incidence, which is represented by the letter I. Can you see that? This is the angle of incidence which is represented by the letter I. The angle between the normal and the incident ray. Coming back to here, the angle between the refracted ray and the normal is known as the angle of refraction and it is represented by the letter R. So the second law of refraction says that nu1 sin I is equal to nu2 sin R. What does it say? Nu1 sin I is equal to nu2 sin R. That is nothing but nu1, that is the refractive index of the first medium, into sine of the angle of incidence is equal to nu2, that is the refractive index of the second medium, into sine of the angle of refraction. And this is known by a name, this law is known by a name known as Snell's law. And that is also the second law of refraction. So the two laws of refraction are written here. So now we must know what is refractive index, which is represented by the letter N, or we use nu to represent that. So the formula first we have to know is that C by V. The formula for refractive index is the very basic and general formula for refractive index is C by V, where C refers to the speed of light. C refers to the speed of light and V refers to the velocity in the given medium. Say it is air, then the velocity will be different, or if it's water then the velocity will be different, or if it's glass then the velocity will entirely be different. So the velocity of the light wave in the medium. So C by V is the general formula for nu. It is also represented as N. So this is known as the absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index. It's known as the absolute refractive index. Now we have to know relative refractive index. Relative refractive index. The word itself says relative. So something is related to some other thing, right? So when I represent something like this, like nu2 1, it means nu2 by nu1. Okay, so it means nothing other than refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. So you have to write the formula like this. If it's nu1 2, that is refractive index of the first medium with reference to the second medium, then the formula becomes nu1 by nu2. Okay, so this is what is known as relative refractive index. Okay, so if there are two mediums like this and the light goes like this and this is the normal and it gets refracted like this. So here we'll be having nu1 and here we'll be having nu2, right? So the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first is nu2 by nu1, and the refractive index of the first medium with reference to the second is known as calculated by nu1 by nu2. Okay, so then we have to know about bending of light rays. How does these light rays bend? I told you that when there is an interface and there is an incident light ray, what happens? It just gets, either it comes towards the normal or it goes away from the normal. So when does it come towards the normal and when does it go away from the normal? When it comes from a rarer to a denser medium. So rarer medium, very good example is air, right? It's a very rare medium. Rarer in the sense we can say like a very smooth or a very like free medium, and denser medium is something which is so packed. Okay, so we can say examples as water and we can also say example as glass. So this is a rarer medium and this is a denser medium. When the light ray enters the denser medium from the rarer medium, the light ray gets towards the normal. It just refracts towards the normal. Okay, it refracts towards the normal. You can see that it's just refracting towards the normal. This is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of refraction. So the light ray refracts towards the normal. Now if we see the other thing, the second case in which we have an incident ray and we have a normal and it goes away from the normal. Now you would have guessed what it is, that is denser to rarer. If it goes from water to air or it goes from glass to air, then what will happen? The refracted ray will go away from the normal. You can see that it just goes away from the normal and here it's just going towards the normal. Okay, so this is what when a ray passes from rarer to denser, the refracted ray bends towards the normal, and when it goes from denser to rarer, the refracted ray goes away from the normal. Okay, so I guess you would have understood the basics of refraction in this video. Soon I'll be meeting you with several other topics. Stay tuned to all of my videos. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so far. Like and share this video to whomever you know. Thank you so much for watching.